When you go out to fight your enemies and see horses, chariots, and a force larger than yours, you are not to be afraid of them. Because Jehovah, your God, who brought you up from the land of Egypt, is with you. So this gives us the perspective of how we are to judge the circumstances, judge the outward appearance of things, judge the things that we're facing. And I believe right now, we're in a very unique time. And I think there are things that are seemingly very big and can make us really nervous. But what we have to remember is that in the face of how big the giant is, or our problem, we have to remember that Yehovah is with us. We have to stand on that. We have to remember that he commands us not to be afraid. The only thing we are to fear is Jehovah. When you are about to go in to battle, the Kohen is to come forward and address the people. He should tell them, listen, Israel, you're about to do battle against your enemies. Don't be frightened. Don't be faint-hearted or afraid. Don't be alarmed or frightened by them, because Jehovah your God is going with you to fight on your behalf against your enemies and give you victory. So again, we just learned about what a Navi is, a prophet, a priest. And the words that the prophet or priest is given to speak on behalf of Jehovah are words of encouragement. Don't be faint-hearted or afraid. Don't be alarmed or frightened. Jehovah your God is going with you. Jehovah will fight on your behalf. Jehovah will fight against your enemies and give you victory. Those are the words that we are to speak to each other when we're dealing with things that are difficult. We're dealing with things that are coming against us. Then the officials will speak to the soldiers. They are to say, is there a man here who has built a new house but hasn't dedicated yet? He should go back home now. Otherwise, he may die fighting and another man will dedicate it. Is there a man here who has planted a vineyard but hasn't yet made use of its fruit? He should go back home. Otherwise, he may die fighting and another man will use it. Is there a man here who is engaged to a woman but hasn't married her yet? He should go back home. Otherwise, he may die fighting and another man will marry her. The officials will then add to what they have said to the soldiers. Is there a man here who is afraid and faint-hearted? He should go back home. Otherwise, his fear may demoralize him, demoralize his comrades as well. When the officials have finished speaking with the soldiers, commanders are to be appointed to lead the army. So our attitude affects others. The way we perceive things, if we're afraid or if we're faint-hearted, if we think things are hard or too difficult, and we start to, and that's what we saw in the desert. Oh yeah, no, God absolutely is the land of milk and honey. Oh yeah, look at the fruit. Oh yeah, it's good. But there's some pretty big boys out there, and I think they're gonna whoop us. So if you got something negative, keep your mouth shut. In fact, what Yehovah says is if you have something else that's inside of your heart, you want to go get married first, go drink your wine first, go build your house first, before you go to fight. You know, the ones that are on the front lines, the ones that are ready to fight for Yehovah, are the ones that are ready to die for Yehovah. They don't have anything that they're still longing to do. And when you have your mind divided for something else, when it's engaged in something else, when it's thinking about something else, it leaves room for fear. See, when the only thing that you fear and the only thing you think about is Yehovah, how could you fear something else? There's no room for it. So what you see here is a soldier or a man who's divided. And Yehovah says, go serve that thing first. Because if you're going to stand online and you're going to fight, you got to be sold out to Yehovah. You can't be afraid and you can't be faint-hearted. You can't be wishy-washy. Because you're wishy-washy, you're, well, I don't know, maybe. It's going to pass on and demoralize the next person. So when we're dealing with each other, the best way to encourage somebody is not to be negative Nancy. You want to speak the truth? You want to speak Torah? Hey, I know it's the first day of school and you're scared. But listen, you're Israel. Okay? Don't be faint-hearted. Don't be afraid. Don't be alarmed or frightened. Because Yehovah, your God, is going with you. And he goes before you. And he's going to give you victory today. You're going to be fine. Pick your head up and go to school. Well, that's a lot better of a go-get-'em speech than, well, I don't really know, maybe there might be some big bad wolves over it. Like, what? Who do you want in your corner? And this is what happens when you don't listen to the priest and you listen to your next door buddy. When you take advice, when you listen to someone who has more fear in their heart than they have bravery,